Hello, good morning, Miss Ratni and all my friends. We are Group 6. Today we will present material about community language learning. The members of my group are myself, Niputrati Aryani, and my friends, Ida Ayu Chandika Putri, and the last one, Ketut Serli Winarti. Next. Okay, in this topic we will discuss about definition, purpose or design, technique, syllabus models, strength, approach, characteristic, principles, the role of teacher, student, and materials, and the last one, weaknesses. Next. Well, let's get straight to the point. The first material will be explained by me. Number one, definition of community. Community is people or things who live or interact in a certain area in doing something. In community language learning, teachers who use the community language learning method when their students learn how to use the target language communicatively. And number two, definition of language learning. Language learning is the process of obtaining or achieving something by going through some basic language terms, especially English. Next. And number three, definition of community language learning. Community language learning is one example of applying the concept of psychotherapy in language teaching. The community language learning method was developed by Carlos A. Karen, a counseling specialist and a psychology lecturer. Community language learning is also known as counseling learning. Therefore, the feelings of students are very important in this method, because a teacher must create a feeling of security in students to maximize effort in learning. Next. Okay, the approach of community language learning. The number one, language theory. The theory that supports this community language learning is a holistic approach. The idea that what is actually learned. In general, it is cognitive and affective. Number two, learning theory. This method believes in the whole person principle. Whole person means that the teacher does not only pay attention to the feelings and intelligence of each student, but also understand the relationship between fellow students. Next. Purpose or design of community language learning. The purpose of this method is to make students able to use the target language well and to eliminate the anxiety or fears of students when learning a second language. The language that is the target of learning in the classroom is very different from the natural way of learning outside the classroom or room. It is possible that participants in language learning are not involved in social activities where the language is learned and used. Next. Okay, next, fundamental characteristic of community language learning. Okay, number one, aims to make students able to communicate in the target language. Number two, students communicate using the first language and the teacher translate the sentence spoken by student into the target language. Number three, recording, where conversations are recorded and then written and students can learn in written form after learning activities in class. Number four, transcript, where conversations are recorded and then written down and students can learn in written form according to the meaning in their mother tongue. Number five, oral skill or listening and speaking. While reading and writing are two letters, student pronunciation is very important. Number six, grammar rules and talk inductively. The teacher takes a grammatical form of the conversation or sentence made. Then student analyze. Number seven, the six elements of non-defensive learning are security, aggression, attention, reflection, memory, and differentiation or discrimination. Okay, that's all about material from me. The next material will be continued by Dayu. Dayu, times is yours. Thank you.
Okay, Tati, thank you for the time. So today I will explain about a method of community language learning. According to Larsen-Feeman, 2010, the technique used to apply the community language learning method first is tape recording students' conversation. This is technique used to record students' generated language as well as give the opportunity for community language learning method to come about. By giving students the choice about what to say students are in good position to take responsibility for their own learning. So, and the second is transcription. The teacher transcribe the student's tape recorder in a target language conversation. Each student is given the opportunity to translate his utterance, and the teacher writes the mother tongue's equivalent beneath the target language words. And the third is reflection of experience. The teacher provides opportunities for students to express or provide comments about their feelings about the learning experience. Number four, reflective listening. This activity where students only listen to the recording or the teacher reads the transcript of the conversation. From here, students learn the pronunciation of words or sentences. Number five is human computers. Where the teacher becomes a computer in student learning, students are free to ask the teacher for help regarding the pronunciation of words from the transcript. The teacher will repeat the correct pronunciation several times. And the last is small group tasks. The teacher asks students to make small groups and students make new sentences based on the word or phrases in the transcript. This activity makes students enrich their vocabulary, can use it in a sentence, and can also develop the value of a sense of community learning with fellow class members. So the syllabus model of community language learning is often used in learning oral or speaking skill, but it can also be used in learning writing as mentioned by Tranel 1968. Community language learning does not use a conventional syllabus. And principles of community language learning is by understanding students' feelings of fear and sensitivity, teachers can remove students' negative feelings into positive energy for learning. And the roles of teacher, students, and material. First is the main role of the teacher is as a counselor, meaning that the teacher recognizes how to the threat of new learning situations can occur to students so that teachers can understand and provide support for their students in their efforts to master the language. And the second, students as members of a community and learn through interaction with other students in the community. Students are expected to listen attentively to what the teacher says and to be a counselor for other students. And the last is the material in this method is not completely fixed on the text of the book. The teacher can develop the material himself. And the strength of community language learning is first, learning takes place in a communicative situation. In this case, where students decide what they want to talk about with their partners interactively. And second is this method makes them feel safe communicating in their mother tongue, because the teacher does not force them to communicate using the target language directly. And the third is the help of the teacher as a counselor, providing translation in the target language and asking them to repeat the recorded target language only give an impression of success to students in using the target language from the beginning of learning. And number four is the teacher as a counselor allows students to determine what type of conversation they want to learn and analyze the language actively. In this context, the method is more focused on student-centered learning. They are given time to determine what they want to express in the target language or with the help of the counselor. And the last is student-centered learning can provide intrinsic motivation, which also boosts their intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is a drive that comes from within themselves. And the last is weakness of community language learning. First is inductive learning at the initial level may not be effective and less successful. Often, students cannot understand what they are learning from the examples given. They expect the teacher to provide explanations rather than just giving examples. The second is interaction between teachers and students can occur indirectly. Usually, learning takes place based on what students say. If students do not want to say something and are not cooperative, then learning cannot occur. And the third is, it is not easy to apply this method in large classes. While the teacher is controlling the conversation of a pair students or a group of students, other students can become unfocused and uninterested. And the last is, in the recording, if there is more than one group, the teacher is expected to provide sufficient facilities. So in this case, the activity depends on the number of the group itself. Okay, that's all about explanation. Time I return to Tati. Tati, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Dayu. And well, that is our presentation from group 6. I hope you enjoyed the presentation video from my group. We apologize if there are intentional and unintentional mistakes. And thank you.
Hello, ma'am, and also my friend. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Characteristic. You can call me Sally. Thank you. Okay, hello, my student. Good morning.
Hello, Miss. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss.
Okay, how was your day? I hope you guys are feel so good, yeah? Okay, before we start our meeting, let us start to pray. Pray, start. Pray, finish. Okay, can you open your camera to know your beautiful and handsome face? My dear student? Okay, but if you have a trouble on your connection, you can turn off. So on this lesson, you can tell each other and also discuss about the topic. And if you want to say something, you can turn on your microphone, okay? Okay, start our lesson. We will discuss about asking and giving opinion. Have you ever heard before about that? Have you ever heard about asking and giving opinion? Okay, thank you for your response. Okay, all right, let me explain about definition of asking and giving opinion. Okay, on the slide, there are definition of asking and giving opinion. Their opinion means the point of view or assumption of a person on a particular event or problem. Jadi di sini opinion dalam bahasa Indonesia itu berarti pendapat atau pandangan maupun anggapan dari seseorang terhadap suatu peristiwa atau permasalahan tertentu gitu ya adik-adik. Namun pandangan atau opini seseorang itu bisa jadi beda-beda gitu karena hal ini tergantung dari sudut pandang yang digunakan oleh masing-masing orang. We will continue about characteristic of asking and giving opinion. There are 3. The first one, unable to prove the truth. The second one is objective. And the last one, based on feeling, estimates, or possibilities. Oke, sampai sana ada yang mau bertanya?
No, Miss.
No, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Okay, on the slide, there are example sentence of expressing opinion. Okay, they are, in my opinion, I think, what I mean is, personally, I think, in my experience, according to me, I strongly believe that, as far as I'm concerned, from my point of view, as I understand, as I see it, I reckon I'm compelled to say, by this I mean, to my mind, would like to point out that, and the last one, in my humble opinion. Okay, the next is agreeing and disagreeing with an opinion. Ini ada, saya tampilkan, itu ada setuju dengan sebuah opini dan tidak setuju dengan sebuah opini. Lalu contoh dari agreeing with an opinion, they are, of course, this is absolutely right, I agree with this opinion, I couldn't agree more, I agree with what are you saying, I agree, I never thought of that, neither do I, that's a good point, I think so too. Dan ada juga yang tidak setuju, pernyataan yang tidak setuju dengan sebuah opini yang disebut dengan disagree with an opinion. Itu ada, I'm sorry, I don't agree with you. I'm not sure I agree with you. I don't agree with you. I'm afraid I have to disagree with you. I don't believe that. By this I mean, I disagree with you. I think you are wrong. That's not the same thing at all. It is not justified to say so. I'm not convinced that. And the last one, I cannot say I agree with this, and here's why. Okay, the next is expressing opinion dialogue. Okay, we want to read with me. Siapa yang mau membacakan dialog ini bersama saya? Atau bisakah saya memilih di antara kalian untuk membacakan dialog ini, expressing opinion dialogue? Siapa yang mau? Sebelum saya tunjuk, who want to be Alika? Okay, can I choose one of you? Maybe Tia, are you there? Or
Yes, Miss.
okay, that's good, Tia. You can read Alika. In this dialogue, you can be Alika, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's start it. I'm a big teacher. Hi, Alika. Have you heard about this new cinema in Cimahi?
Yes, I have.
And what do you think about it?
I think that is a good have a cinema in our cities, so we don't have to go to Bandung and just watching a movie.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sure about your opinion.
Why? Then what do you think about it?
You know, it is the very first cinema built in Cimahi, right? So I think it will be really crowded because everyone in town will go there to watch a movie.
Yeah, I think you were right about it.
Okay, that's good, Tia. Give applause for you. Okay, the next, you can make a small group, free to choose the participant on your group, and you guys are make a conversation with asking and giving opinion. I will give you 10 minutes to note a conversation on your paper or anything that you can use. Sampai di sana ada yang belum dimengerti, jadi di sini tugas kalian adalah membuat sebuah grup untuk membuat conversation with asking and giving opinion gitu. Sampai sana apakah bisa dipahami?
Bisa, Miss.
Okay, and then go on. I will be back 10 minutes later. Good luck. Okay, guys, are you finished?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
All right.
Miss.
Who want to asking and giving opinion dialogue first? Who want to show it?
Me, Miss.
Me.
Okay, Dayu and today. Go on.
I love these two dresses, but I have to choose one. What do you think? Which one is suited to me?
I think the dress which has peach color is suited to you.
Really? But the blue one has a beautiful design.
You're right. But it seems too big to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have an idea. Let's find a dress which has peach color, but the design is similar to the blue one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, give applause for Dayu and today. Dialogue itu terdengar bagus sekali. Jadi kalian sudah paham dengan materi asking and giving opinion. Okay, thank you guys. And the next is reflection of expression. Jadi di sini saya akan memberikan kalian kesempatan untuk mengekspresikan perasaan kalian tentang pembelajaran yang telah kalian alami pada pertemuan kali ini. Gitu. Okay, who want to give me feedback about meeting today?
Me, Miss.
Okay, go on, Tia.
Okay, thank you for the time that is given to me. Permission to provide feedback from today's meeting. At today's meeting, I feel so happy because the meeting went smoothly without the slightest disturbance. I think the discussion with the meeting was very effective for me. The explanation that you and all my friends gave made me understand and increase my knowledge. Thank you very much, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much, my dear Tia. Okay, who on to the next? Siapa lagi yang mau memberikan saya feedback untuk meeting today?
May I try, Miss?
Okay, Budi, go on.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, very clear, my dear.
Okay, my feedback. Thank you so much for today. It was an interesting meeting because I love the way how you deliver the material and the way how much it us. Now, I can understand about the asking and giving opinion. Thank you so much, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much, Budi. Okay, thank you all of my dear student for your feedback. Okay, all right. The time is going to end. That's all material today. Any question, my dear?
No, Miss. Everything is clear.
It's clear.
No, Miss.
Okay, if there's no any question, let me end this meeting, okay? Before we end it, let us pray. Prepare to pray. Pray, start. Pray, finish. Okay, thank you for the participants. See you next meeting, my dear student. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Miss. Bye.